Hey, Warrior Saints. Welcome to Wednesday's episode of our Crucifixional Life stream. Glad to have all of you beautiful people with us today. Before we begin, I want to give a special shout out to Heidi Gilchrist. She's one of our most loyal watchers. We love you, Heidi. Glad to have you with us, sweetheart. God bless and keep you. I'm back in my workout garb because we're talking about being uncomfortable. And so I'm still sweating because I just got off the road. I ran straight from the road into our headquarters here and am blasting this. But now Greg's going to put up there, I want you to see something. It's going to sound boastful, partly because I'm pretty excited about it, so indulge me, but partly because it's going to lead into our lesson today. But if you look as Greg puts on the screen up here, this was my run time from Saturday, so just a few days ago. Today's Wednesday. This is the previous Saturday's time. And you can see up in the top corner, I don't know if I'm going to find it anyways, the top, what you would see the right corner is a 12:41 pace. So that means I ran 12:41 average per mile. And not bad for an old geezer who's dealing with heart issues and all that kind of stuff. I'll take it. You'll notice as you look at it, there was one sub 12-minute mile, which was kind of cool. But there's two 13-minute miles. And as we said on Monday, when you get uncomfortable, the temptation is to quit on it and stop. That's when you have to grind most. And what Greg's now going to put up next, you're going to see this was Monday's time, which we talked about on Monday. And you can see there is one sub 12-minute mile, but there's no 13s. So that was the point where I just said to myself, grind. It hurts. I mean, if you're running and you're doing it right, it hurts. But I grinded, whatever it was. I put some extra oomph into it, and I was able to keep all those miles under 13 minutes. Again, not great for it by any means for a runner, but for a fat old guy, I'll take it. Today, and here's where the bragging comes in. Look at today. Now, this was a shorter run. I didn't have as much time. This was a 3.6 mile instead of 4 miles. But look at the pace up in the top right, from 12:41 to 11:49, and look at those mile times. Two of them. I got two under 12 minutes. In fact, they were both like 11 and a half minutes. And then, of course, there was the 12-minute mile, but no 13s. Like, it was fun. And let me tell you, it hurt. It wasn't comfortable. I didn't enjoy a lot of this run today, but I did it, and now I'm done. And it taught me that, excuse me, how do I want to say it? It's the way to get through being uncomfortable. The way to become comfortable being uncomfortable is repetition. Just to keep grinding. And like every day I'm out there running and I'm pushing and I'm just a little bit faster. Now tomorrow I may slide back. I got it, but I'm pushing and I'm grinding. And someday, hopefully, I'm going to get even better and better. And that's something that I want to address today when we talk about public speaking, right? Long intro to get to public speaking. But one of the things that many people are really uncomfortable with is speaking in public. And yet for a warrior saint, it's important. We got to do it. We have to do it. And the way to get through our fears is repetition. We're going to talk about it for just a little bit. But as we see on the screen now, there's this beautiful, beautiful verse from Proverbs 13, which talks about the soul of the sluggard, right? The lazy man. He craves, he wants, he's got things that he desires, but he gets nothing. But the soul of the diligent, the one who keeps after it, is richly supplied. So you can see it. The lazy man, he wants, like we all have wants and desires, but he's lazy and he doesn't, grind. He's not going to get nothing. But the one who keeps after it, the one who is committed to living a crucifixional life, he is the one who is richly supplied. And I think that applies also to our public speaking. Like, you have to be able to do that. Not everybody has to get up on a platform like we do every day and teach, and not everybody has a huge, a parish audience or, like Tony Robbins style stadiums filled or rock concerts, that's not the call for all of us. But sometimes we have to give presentations in our jobs, in our offices, in our careers. Sometimes I may surprise you and call you and say, come to St. George and give a sermon, right? I mean, you never know. Sometimes we speak in front of maybe your children's classroom. You're invited as you're in your area, your career to give them a lesson. Whatever it may be, at some point, we may be asked to get up at a family Thanksgiving dinner and give a toast. Whatever. The point I'm making is that we all have to have the ability to speak in public. We don't all have to be the most eloquent of all time, right? There was only one John Chrysostom. But we do have to be able to do that. And the trick to getting good at public speaking is to speak in public. Like, there's no way you can practice enough and prepare enough to be good at it. You definitely have to practice. You definitely have to prepare. But the art of public speaking and doing it well comes through repetition, right? It comes through repetition. We have the saying in the Arabic language, tikrar bi'allam al-hamar, right? Tikrar bi'allam al-hamar, which means repetition taught the donkey. Right? Like, so it's over and over and over and over again. And so as I draw this line for us this morning, look at it and see, like, as I am going to keep grinding my runs every day, I'm just whittling off just a little bit of time each time. Likewise, as Proverbs tells us, what God is leading is like, look, diligent men and women are richly supplied. So keep grinding. And if you want, which you need to be, able to speak in public, it's through the repetition, the practice of speaking in public. Now, there are a multitude of tools and hacks to help you do that kind of stuff. Even though you may be uncomfortable doing it, standing in front of people and speaking, and you know, the fears like, are they going to judge me? What if I slip my words? What if I say the wrong thing? What if I say terrible things? What if they laugh at me? What if they don't think I'm funny? Whatever it may be, all those fears that overwhelm us, we find ourselves like cowering and shying away from this act. Do it anyways. That's the message today. You've got to learn how to become comfortable being uncomfortable. And in that discomfort, by grinding through, not being the sluggard, but being the diligent man, the diligent woman, the warrior saint, practice speaking in public, you will find you may never be, none of us will ever really be the master. There's probably only one really, like, you know, handful of masters, but we can become better at it. We can become comfortable with that discomfort that leads us into being good speakers. I don't know. Give it a shot. You know what? Let me throw this last one at you. If your career or your job is something that requires you to speak and you're not good at it, go to Toastmasters. Give it a shot. Like, it's not a bad thing to try Toastmasters. I know people, even in my parish, have done so, and they speak super highly of it. So consider it. Whatever it is, grind. Push yourself to become comfortable being uncomfortable, and you will find yourself soon becoming adept at speaking in public. Now, if you feel like you need a little more help with that, reach out. The Warrior Saints are here. That's what we do. Obviously, we speak in public all the time, whether it's on a camera or in a live audience. And we are learning ourselves and training ourselves how to be repetitive so that we're no longer the donkeys, so that we can learn. And we'll share all of this teaching with you in our library, which is called The Way of the Warrior Saint. Now, if you visit warriorsaints.org, there's two things you can do. One, warriorsaints.org and warriorsaints.org/book. You have two options there. There are two things that can help you as you learn how to become comfortable being uncomfortable. The first, at warriorsaints.org, is our flagship program. It's our library. It's called The Way of the Warrior Saint. Just a gazillion teachings that are there to help us as we are learning to become warrior saints, crucifixional men and women. The second one is warriorsaints.org/book. And so I've got some exciting news to share about that book shortly. But if you don't already have a copy, you should get a copy. Get it there. You can find it there. It is, it's done remarkably well, and I'm remarkably humbled and thankful to all of you for who have already gotten it. If you haven't, you got to grab a copy. It's readable. It's fun. You'll fly through it. There are 30 chapters, but each is only a few pages, and it's filled with stories and anecdotes to help us, inspire us to get on that way of the warrior saint. I love you, beautiful people. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, for our discomfort, we're going to talk about cold showers. Wait till you hear that one. Love you. Have a great day. It's time to get up off that couch and get out there and get after it. And until tomorrow, as always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.